Just repositioning themselves. Falcons, meanwhile, after that long 2-2 split, already all in vehicles, all in the move, and it looks like they have free path down into that eastern bridge should they decide to keep going. As Twisted Minds now just to their east also look like they started to consider making a move.
When you thought you were safe on your bridge rotations that were already triggered, now you're getting a bridge that's getting red zoned while you're trying to rotate through. So play it safe here, guys. Hold your...
Game number 2, Petrichor Road either sniffed out that Na'Vi camp or they just continued going on to Shark Fin. You can see Falcons, they put a pause on their rotation. They will see Twisted Minds making their way. They've already sent Lou. He's got a spot on the other side of the bridge, and that'll be a free and clear crossing for them.
I think Falcons just exactly they don't. Now they see the cars. Okay, now they come over up towards the roadside problem. Twisted Minds on their rotation, beating Petrichor and Falcons to it, of course, with Lou on the other side, as you said.
Yep. And there goes Rossiter Jr.
And you can see T5, they're waiting around now as well. They want their teammate back in the game, of course, with the blue chip. Get him back on his feet, get him back on the server.
They may have been able to pick him up as we see the fight now popping off between Falcons and Petrichor Road on the bridge. Shrimzy gonna go down early here. Tickleton and Kickstart on this side, H-Win on the far side of the bridge, so only a duo here to take on the full strength of Petrichor Road.
Yeah, exactly. A little awkward timing on their rotation on over. I'm not sure if Falcons thought that maybe Na'Vi they were playing on the backside, but yeah, as you're saying, Na'Vi come down this way too. I think they were opting to go for the boat, but then they realized, wait, Freak's actually coming in from behind us. It's too dangerous to just hop on down and hope for the best and crossing over. So Na'Vi forced to go eastbound. Little do they know there's two teams fighting in front of them.
Rockly. That's fine. Meanwhile, that western bridge looks pretty safe, so the Expendables should have a pretty free, clear spot over is... Oh, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, Shrimzy just immediately coming up over the top. Great spray from Nan. But putting the Falcons on the back foot, but Petrichor Road, they cannot stick around here forever. They got to be very careful about how they approach this, as Na'Vi just on the other side. You can see them just half in the distance.
It's awkward timing, right? I mean, because Na'Vi, I don't think Na'Vi has any plans of even third-partying this if they get a chance to. They want to get over. They want to, like, their only idea right now is to cross and preferably avoid this whole confrontation. If they knew what was going on over here to more extent than the info that they have over the kill feed, they were probably swimming as we speak. But opting to stick around, and that's going to force Briggs to stay too.
Kickstart with the mini will land shots onto Ike's left. Go for the aggressive grenade here. He's got Tickleton backing him up, trying to cause a distraction, but Tig's going to go down to half HP. The grenade falling just a little bit shy. And now Kickstart is the forward man. But, oh, that's a great grenade. Great read from Petrichor to know that somebody is right on the other side of the hill from them.
H1 is sprinting towards him, trying to come to their aid, but he's simply too far away to have an impact right now. Tickleton goes down. They know it's just one player left on this side of the bridge, and he's going to be taken down as well as he finds one more. Ike's left while getting yeeted towards this water will be just fine. And H1, all he can do from here is chill, maybe run over the bridge later, pick them up and get them rest. I'm not sure if that's a viable play. We'll see what he opts to do.
Such a tough situation for Falcons in game. We see Type has some vehicles on that roadside that he can hide behind that are inside the circle just barely.
Can he throw it underneath the truck then maybe it's in?
You know, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to survive just a little bit longer, because he's hoping right now, he's not anticipating trying to go for a win here. He's hoping that he can outlast Rock.
Top 2 guaranteed, or at least hoping that that's the case. Unfortunately for him, it's not quite as guaranteed as can be, but as you're saying, for now,
no smoke
he's inside
for it,
circle, nothing to work with at all. He can prone under that car, and he will be seen instantly when doing so, but Rock 2 have just used their last pieces of util, and they're not inside the circle either.
8 grenades for Gen G here, so it is, Santastico's got the portable cover, but that's going to go away. He's wide open in the street. Tosi will eat that alive. RBN now the last player left up, and he is alive just as long as the smoke will allow him to be. Type gets spotted. Going to get down to half HP, but he's just trying to survive longer than RBN, and he goes down. So that's going to be T1 in third, and now the collapse comes, but RBN will just donate himself over to the blue. And I mean, it is so easy to get greedy, get hungry, and try to go in there and try to steal some knocks, but they waited to the perfect time. Now they have the West to themselves. They've got all 4 alive, and now we've got to see how Na'Vi and Falcons will come to a head here. Na'Vi have the bunker to play around in, but a good grenade from Kickstart will spot extends.
An important fight to be cleaned through as well, because there's no one else engaging. It's an isolated fight just between the two of these teams. So if you can come out of here with 4 alive at the end of it, you have a really good chance to make a play on forward. Emergency cover does get utilized to separate the two teams a little bit more. Ferris lops a nade over, able to get himself the double.
They forced Shrimzy to retreat off a good grenade, and they pushed him right into Kickstart. And now Tiggleton, the last player left alive here for Team Falcons, has that high side. See if they know where he is. They do indeed. The flashes come through. He'll try to spot one out. He gets the spray down, doesn't get the knock. But here's more flashes to follow.
Yeah, Tig tried to go for the peak. It's not going to have a nice swing around by Sozi. He had 2 players lined up at that exact second.
He's sitting with a Panzerfaust, and it's looking like they should be okay for now as they reposition themselves, get on the other side of the hill. Navi able to get Sosa back on his feet. And go ahead.
Hello.
Do a little bit of probing here with CC108. And he's going to find out that they don't have a Panzerfaust, and instead it will distract them long enough for the push to come through. Now, Hackator doing everything he can from range, gets 2 knocks, and he's got that hard cover to play around, but it's asking a lot.
If he finds Xiao Tong here, that's actually a 1v1. I mean, obviously the res is going to come through with Ming being back on his feet now, but there was a moment there where had he got the initial spray down and then make a set, there was a chance, but now
asking a lot, man.
A shack for cover and literally nothing but that. I can't wait for someone to get in that BRDM and just comes honking towards him.
Yeah.
This is looking nigh on impossible.
Like, I'm actually the one that has the Panzerfaust.
Yep.
He's putting all his attention over to Xiao Tong as AZ will run down the hill, get knocked down to about half HP. Boy, Hackatori doing just about everything he could possibly do to make this difficult for Game Start win. It's a 4v1. Man, you would think they could just finish this off, but
I think they will.
Not a man that you want to push blindly as, well, flashbangs come through, and there you go. It's all done.
For sure, because once again, they're sat in the center of the circle.
Goodness. Well, there you go. They're on 5. We'll lose 2, and Fluky going to be the last player left alive, and fortunately enough for him, he was in the skies at the time. As, they're trying to steal your kills. Falcons, you know you need those, and there you go. All right, give 3 to H-Win.
There you go.
And it's 3 points now on the board for the boys, but they've got some moving to do, and that circle is rough, to say the least. I mean, what is up there in the northwest?
Nothing.
Except for just wide open spaces. Expendables will stay alive for a little bit longer. Falcons at Twisted Minds, meanwhile, trading utility with Fluky hiding in the midst of the Falcons. They have no idea that that man is there. He could strike at any moment.
Oh, yeah.
As the Expendables continue to just play around on that roadside. The Falcons do have the dip. They've got cover. Oh, he's got a P90? Are you kidding me? This is what we're giving snakes these days?
Dangerous.
Goodness. The level 3 geared up out of his mind. And now Example and the rest of Twisted, they have made the decision. They need to clear this out.
I mean, Twisted Minds might accidentally kill him with util here, and in doing so, help out Falcons, because this backstab could be fatal. Let's see what's going to happen as this fight finally happens. An Uzi kill, that goes to show how much ammo 17 Gaming has to work with. They all just landed and are trying to find weapons here, but nope, not going to stand too long. Shrimzy able to find Example. Good first knock here in this fight.
There you go, Shrimzy gets the knock. The flush comes through. It's going to be stolen away by Hackatori, and now, Navi, we were wondering if they were going to come down here and get involved, and now all of a sudden Twisted Minds finding themselves a little bit pinched as the 2 remaining players from Navi have them dead to rights with that high ground for Hackatori, and Ferris starting to make his way a little bit closer with the low side. Good shots from Hackatori will spot out Lou, and that's another point picked up.
Yep, helmet gone, but has to continue fighting his way forward. Hackatori, though, seen on the other side. Great shots coming through initially from Batulins, but it's actually going to be Kickstart to find the knock. Ferris is there to trade, though. So Twisted Minds down to just 1. Fluky, though, still alive, yet to peak. He has a P90. VP, and it's once again in between teams, and Ike's left. If only he knew there are feet sticking out of the bush down in front of him.
Oh, Falcons had to go. They knew that they had twisted at a loss, and yep, there you go. We'll collect those points. 7 now in the bag. They managed to keep all 4 alive, and they managed to avoid the scariest rattlesnake we have ever seen in Fluky. As we get a little bit of a recap of, well, that's unfortunate for Xiaowu.
He believed he could fly.
He did.
And
he destroy.
And you know what? With that full north side wipe outside of our main man, Fluky, of course, chilling in the bush.
He's going to go for it. Tosi managing to jump as Fluky finally striding. He's actually going to he's going to steal the kill. So that's how he decides he wants to reveal himself. As we are going to listen into Falcons and how they deal with this late game.
VP.
Okay, let's clear this. We want to hit apps later. Let's figure out the apps crash. Just look at it.
He's on the tree right in front of me, the far one.
Which one? Mark it. Well done.
Okay, so VP's 4. There's 9 players.
We can drive in on our side.
There's both teams are green line. Are we gonna get fucking fried?
Yeah,
no. We can pull it on the wall in blue. The wall in blue is full safe.
Can we get inside after?
It's not full safe to the guys, but we can go to orange right now if we want.
I want to get into hard cover if we can.
I know Gen.G and Pero are green line. I saw a Gen.G guy on green.
Boys, I think blue mark is the only spot we can hit.
Let's try blue then. You want to do it with an anchor? Leave take for a second or go for it?
Listen, I have a smoke. We're going to smoke orange, okay? I'm going to smoke orange. I smoked it now. We're going to hit that spot solo, and we can get into the door there.
Yeah,
it's a shit shack, but we can work out of it.
Can we get into anything else after?
We can work out of it. Orange line, yes.
Let's do it. Use smoke screens towards VP after.
I tried.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let me enter it.
Let me go first. Let me take the bird of it.
Yeah.
Don't run there.
Oh my god.
We're going to get native on the ridge. I'm going deeper with kick. Going to the next footing.
They get deep. Shut that door if you can.
I did.
Other door.
I'm in, boys. I'm in.
Okay, we need to get to them now, H1. We should go now.
It's a bad cross.
It's a really bad cross.
There's a fucking window on the door.
Nade on us.
Love the fact that we're getting these insights from the players. Even when the game seemed quiet for us viewers, everything is planning, everything is coordinating, figuring out what can we do with the plan ahead of us. And great pull up here for Falcons. Yes, they get one knocked, but kickstart should be resible. I mean, this is effectively going to be the semi-final of Petrichor versus Gen.G, Falcons versus VP, because Falcons are the only one at an angle from which they can really defend against Virtus.pro. And now there comes the nades to try and suppress, allow them to make a run on forward. They had 3 smokes to work with, and 3 of them has made their way there. Corexi is the one staying behind, the one to make sure that his teammates make it safely to the wall, and they have.
Great smoke wall from Virtus.pro and a great work from Corexi as serving as that anchor and keeping their attention on him. But Orca has made his way down.
Yeah.
Does Orca have that offensive utility that he can lob over? VP has a beautiful wall that they can still work around. He's got 1 Molotov. That's it. That might not be enough. As Beamy is edging so close to the edge of that wall, Orca just waiting for him to peek, but it's not coming.
You have to imagine that Orca goes for the dry peek here, but now he made a run for it. Beamy heard him. Beamy just heard him. He had to run inside circle. That's a really awkward timing for Orca. He had the element of surprise, didn't dare to make the play happen when he had the chance, forced to make a run, and instantly Virtus.pro reacts to it.
Absolutely great work from Virtus.pro. You know the situation. You know the comms are going to be scary, but they still managed to hear the footsteps and take advantage. Tosi, this is a very brave res here. This might be a little bit too aggressive for Gen.G, but they have a wall that they can hide around.
They could be crumbling. Bean is now solo duty player with 14 spare bullets trying to fend off against what's coming at him. But he too has to make a move. He's going to be outside circle now, running downstairs, trying to make his way further towards the circle center that will keep on moving until this game is over. Strimsy spots Corexi out in the tree. Pre-molly lopped on over, but Nate comes in return.
Good nade. He's got Corexi
one more
tree, and he can't peek again. So good work on the part of VP to defend their man, get everybody back to that wall. 10 kills for Falcons right now. They've still got 4 alive, but you can see the situation that they're dealing with. This hard cover that VP has, or the deployable cover that VP has laid down, is serving them so well.
It's an inner wall, outer wall fight, and look at this. They're not only using these deployable shields for cover, they're using them to try and peek over these fence lines.
The dot is not in their favor, though. They have to make their way inside, and Shrimzy still in a beautiful position to take advantage. Mike's left will spot out Bean. Shrimzy, though, is going to go down to Luka Rux. They still have the high ground here for Petrichor Road. Ike's left trying to get involved. H-Win will see if he can lay down the smoke, get his man back up as Virtus Pro is trying to take advantage of the knock and make a push. H-Win goes down.
They just saw all of them outside. Shrimzy gave that info across. They know they're all sat out there waiting. They don't have to go far. This is going to be a close one with a good chance to bring it home.
Fantastic execution on the part of Virtus Pro, but a dirty angle from Tiggleton will spot out Nixie, and now it's a two-man attempt from Falcons to keep things going. They spot out Orca. Gen.G is down, but Tiggleton, the last player left alive, and Virtus Pro in the driver's seat.
One player left alive. Tiggleton, do you have it in you to take down the entirety of VP? No, not gonna happen. Virtus Pro.
And them. As you can see, Ming Ming able to respond in kind onto King. Shrimzy steps up again onto Ming Ming. Oh my.
Okay, gotta be careful though. Doesn't want to over peek it right now. Petrichor Road has Aches left and Ming Ming both down. Nades are gonna land right on top of him. Doesn't get the flush on a Kickstart, but does a lot of damage onto Shrimzy. Not a lot of options and places to go. Kickstart does get flushed. Na'Vi looks like they're gonna be flanking up back behind this one. Bayris now doing the backstab right down into the dip. He's got that rock. Looks like he's got a nade prepped as well. Does the line go good? Lands right in front of Shrimzy, but does it take him down? The second one does. Soset picks him up.
Not bandaging or first aiding or putting any poppers in their bodies. So Na'Vi throwing down a little bit of extra cover, and might end up being a similar situation to what we saw in the final game of the group stage where it's Twisted versus Na'Vi. Now the grenades, now the util comes through. That's a molly, and that's trouble for Toyo, who has no ability to for that. Great timing from Perfectix, finds both of them.
Perfect nades from Perfectix just to send Toyo back out of this one. Now it is a 3v3. We've got Doritos on one side for cover, a hill for Twisted Minds, both jockeying right next to the center point. Close between the two of them. I think that Ferris is just a bit closer right now, but high ground advantage still favoring Twisted Minds. They've got two members up there, and Lou an example. Smoke's coming down everywhere as there is near on no vision to be had. Twisted starting to step away from it, realizing this could be some problems. Watching where the smokes are being thrown from, so trying to see if they can get some retaliation nades back in that spot.
Yeah, and they landed a bit of damage here onto Ferris, so he has to take a moment to try to go for some heals. These are great smokes from Na'Vi, though. They're keeping Twisted from being able to utilize that high ground advantage, at least initially, seeing if they can buy enough time to get underneath their noses, but Perfectix gets Ferris.
That is a problem. He was their guy up on the edge of the zone wall to the north. Crossfire position now gone. Two members up. Soset and Hakatori having to brave the smokes. Bounce between them. They've got a tree for cover. Soset starting to peek the outside of the smokes. Molotov right in front of Hakatori. Soset's going to go down. Twisted Minds rolls through and makes it finish out. Get some kills off of it. Looks like the beat in is a bit more to the left. Yeah, not going to connect the way they want, but other members from Na'Vi pretty safe for the time being.
Well, they're trying to get something done, but you're in phase 4 blue, so things getting very, very dire for Na'Vi, being pinned by Rock on the edge of the crater fields. Not going to be easy. Twisted Minds in a big fight here with the Falcons, as well as T5 fighting GSW.
This is on the outside of the zone. Toyo still having high ground on it. Blue zone nades coming out. Ranger X has to stay away from it. Game start win, wanting to hold on to that first place position. Coming in, having a ton of good games. Going to be change the game off in the distance, trying to wrap back around. Looks like they're trying to get some high ground in. GSW going for the foot push. Not a lot of vision to be had. Ranger X in some trouble, getting under massive duress right now, but somehow surviving it for the time being. And that is going to be game start win, running right into it. But it is getting messy in between all of these shacks.
Yeah, Toyo's getting an angle into these fights now as well. They do some damage. CC is going to claim Fluky's life, but GSW in the blue and suffering. CTG as well. Just going to pull up on the edge here with 3 of their players. Aries going to play anchor, and they're just going to try to box some teams out. Rock is
getting more position. They got the reses back up, so they're sitting strong. They have the high ground. They have vision. But yes, we are in phase number 8. 17 is closer to the center dot. That could be a problem. Rock needs to get some retaliation, get some knocks back into this. 13 kills. Rock presently in first place at the top of the leaderboard.
Look how many stuns Rock has. That actually could be a deciding factor in this game to kind of break down. Yes, 7-7 trying to hold a flank angle, but they need to get down this hill. That's going to be the real problem here for Rock, is eventually they're going to have to try to make a move. So they know about 7-7. He was not stealthy about this at all.
but it is pulling aggression away. Multiple members now for Rock having to look over here. That's getting more space for 17 to try to exploit something with. They're using the hillside, staying right up on top of it. Multiple members now starting to push onto this point. 7-7 has to be careful. He has to continue to be a distraction. He's got his meds back into a good position. Little Ghost is the closest member to the center dot. Santastico playing very far back behind the entirety of this one. Just doesn't really have the angle he wants. He finally spots out 7-7, but he can't get the knock he so desperately needs.
This is so tough right now for Rock because they have to go so downhill and it's so steep and there isn't a ton of cover along the way. Meanwhile, 17, yeah, they're taking damage. They're getting lit up a bit, but they're able to survive off the back of it. So now you're going to use all this util here for Rock just to try to get down the hill, to try to breach the front lines of 17.
Look at the leaderboard right now. A win for 17 right now could be big. It could really push them up the leaderboard, get them into a much better position, but Rock wants to hold on to the top. This is where they were through the entirety of the group stage. 17 going back and forth. Soul down. Biel goes down as well. This is getting messy. Both sides now starting to take some casualties. 7-7 did a shift back over to the other side, but look, it's going to be Santastico now moving aggressively while RBN is going for the meds. Right up into the face of Jalbay. Spray between them. Both go down. Now looking into a 1v1. 7-7 closer to the dot, but up on the high ground it's going to be RBN.
RBN here, this is a really tough spot to be in. He's weaker, he's got the worst angle. Gonna use these trees to try to maneuver, but he gets spotted out and he's done. It is gonna be 17 gaming.
Denies that, but not from 17's angle.
Yeah, they're trying to use the cars to block off the angles as best as they can, but 17 still doing some damage. And here comes Guman. He finds a big grenade right on top of him. DL follows up. Bye-bye, T5.
Oh, freaks, they've got the mortars set. So much going on with the way the circles popped. It's going to be the Falcons, Santastico, Twisted all having to make moves. Twisted already inside their vehicles. Does look like they're going to be playing more into the Falcon side on this. Gen.G was kind of gatekeeping them down to the south. So, Guman not done with explosions yet. Does he have the beat in? Oh, just a bit to the, I guess, a bit north.
Let's see if he can find the follow-up here. He should have a spotter on this. He's going for the big ones. Oh, man. They're trying to use that hillside to cut off the angles of the mortar. Oh, Xiaowu gets splashed for a little bit of damage. The cars are going to suffer, though. So that's going to be painful for 17 to try to make maneuvers. They still have one coupe, but that's it.
Just look at the cars getting popped everywhere right now. 17, though, this dip is still in and is capable of being pushed around. Twisted did get closer to Falcons, so Falcons going to thin their territory. They're holding it down pretty well. Perfectic's going to be already down. Multiple members of Falcons, though, playing different height planes. So that's going to be very difficult to really regroup and hold angles with, but Falcons doing it clean.
Yeah, nice work there by Hwin with the mini. Basically has Twisted Minds dead to rights there.
6 kills.
Yeah, he's feeling it. So are the Falcons, who got up in this hill just in time before Twisted Minds arrived, so they're able to set up a nice defense to keep Twisted Minds pinned on the bad side of the circle. I think Twisted Minds was looking over there for the longest time, didn't see anything, and thought, well, maybe nobody just got up there. Maybe we can do it.
Oh, Gen.G, they're going to roll into the same pathing that Twisted was trying to do, so Twisted having to retreat from that, now going to be able to get spotted out by Gen.G. Actually, no, reverse that. Gen.G, no idea what's going to be going on. Lou opens up, takes some shots into him. Flame down. Example did spot. Orca does manage to get away. Bean still down the hillside. Looks like he's leaning a bit more east, realizing that this might not be the approach that they want to go for. So, Falcons now moving up the hillside is going to give some space for Santastico back behind him. Stay alive a little bit longer. Twisted just going to be bold, heavy, running right in, as Falcons going to be just nipping on the heels right behind Twisted.
Love this play from the Falcons. They have an opportunity here to collect some points. Both teams have beat each other up. So this is a really stellar decision. Bean finally able to strike from his off-angle position. And oh my goodness, Bean. What a play from him. Couple extra points for Gen.G. They survive a bit longer, and he's not going to be allowed to go too much further, maybe, depending on what the Falcons want to do here. Would love to get into those placement points at the very least, so going to hunker down behind the hill. Falcons looking for him. They know he's out there.
Saw the kill feed, they want more, but they can't get too much out of it. The Expendables keep peppering shots up on top of the hill. Circle has the Freaks right in the middle of it. VP as well. VP eyes on that first place position. They want some more on it. Falcons just want more kills. Sitting at 10. The climb continues.
I just looked at Tiggleton and he just shook his head like, what?
What you doing over here?
Love it. Great stuff from the Falcons, though, man. They're playing so proactive here. They are really doing a great job of controlling their space, getting up on that hillside in time, being aggressive towards those fights. Now they're turning attention towards 17. So you can see GSW trying to make a wide wrap.
This is the same wrap that 2 other teams have tried to do, and it hasn't gone too well. GSW right next to Bean. Can he get the shots out? No! AZ just drops a tire on his face.
Just took tire in the mouth there. That is unpleasant for Bean, but great for GSW.
Probably more damage with the car than his gun.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong.
Hey, but they've got themselves the Golden Murado.
They do. 17 has to put a folding shield up in the middle of the road just to try to get through. As we're going to take a little bit of a listen in here with Falcons as they try to knock 17 out.
Wait,
2 of them. I knocked one. One more burning car.
Still 2 more on the road. I knocked him again.
One more burning car. He's going to res. Flush him.
Understood. There's one more guy in the middle of the road as well. I flushed one to the road. One more guy in the smoke on blue mark right now.
Behind the burning car, getting res.
Understood.
What's going on, Matt?
I knocked the guy in blue.
Nice, dude.
What's going on,
Genji's
Matt?
2 on green.
Still in the burning truck.
Yep.
They're running down, guys. We should kill these guys. This is our actual play in zone.
Okay.
There's nothing there for you guys other than the kills. They're
They're in
driving
zone
by
on
these
orange.
smokes.
Okay, I mean, how do we kill them?
You can come to me and I have a good
All
day.
right, well then let's focus that, guys.
Yep.
Can we get your
let me get my
flushes, Tig?
flush. I'm going to get my flush on blue in a second, and then I'm coming. H1, you can leave, actually, if you want.
I'm holding these 17 guys.
Okay.
We can run this line, I think, and peek down these guys.
We just did this. We were in the
I
open,
got my
no?
flush.
No, we were higher up.
Okay, go to them, H1, I think. They're
just
in
gonna
on
be-
orange. They're not going to move.
They're not in.
Yeah, we go as 4. Fuck the other ones.
There's a nade spam underneath.
They're not in there. They're taking.
Yeah,
They're driving,
H1,
guys.
orange
Let's
mark is
do
in.
it.
We could drop a fucking
Yeah, I'm
nuke.
leaving. I'm coming with them.
Genji's getting mortared here as well.
They're crashing the fight. The
Knocked another 17.
Nice.
Listen, Atron, come over. Bro, we're in the wide open.
Yeah, we are. I think we can make it down here, though.
We just do it on a time.
I'm down. No, this is fucking
Yeah,
big
it's
in
bad,
the
it's bad,
open.
it's bad, it's bad. Come back, Backstream. Stop.
I mean, what are we doing?
They drove
I mean,
down.
We have to
unless
do
you wanna
something. We
overpeak
can't
it.
do anything. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to do it.
Who do you guys need me to cover?
I think they left green.
Cover orange if you can. I think we should run it down on fucking Genji, honestly.
Can we see
Like,
this next pop in 10 seconds,
we have
guys?
nothing to play. There's literally
yeah.
nothing.
Wait for the pop. We can get
Wait
hard.
for the
We're already pushing.
So these flushes.
Running
Guys,
out.
wide open yellow. Wide open yellow.
Comps, do not shoot. Friend.
Please, comps, yes.
We open with nades here, okay?
Sure. Slow down.
I'm pulling out my nade.
I'm gone out.
Group me on the major.
Roger. I'm just gonna try to get 17 kills.
Super
guys.
close underneath.
High ground has been strong for a while for Falcons, but now it is time to just join the rest of the mortals in the thick of the firefight. Falcons, the moment that they start going after this, though, tons of teams looking at them. It's going to be the Freaks as well as the Expendables. Any peak that they go for from here is going to get punished. It's just going to be a matter of fighting your way down. H1 still playing back, seeing if they can secure the kills onto 17. The other members trying to brute force their way down next to GSW.
Tough road ahead, though, for the Falcons. Need to prioritize some of these kills inside of this shack if they can. Would love to get a grenade in there, but the double blue zones right on top of GSW is chewing them apart. As soon as they go outside, Shrimzy ready with the mini there. That's actually going to be Tanbu who's going to steal that kill. Now the smokes have to come down, but 13 kills here for the Falcons.
And a plethora more to go if they can get down this hillside. VP, seeing the firefight, realizes that they can step away. They do have a lot of the Doritos down there that they've been using for cover. Expendables have been holding the angle back for a long time. Ming gets the knock onto Kickstart. That could slow down anything that Falcons is wanting to push through this. A lot of smokes already down this hillside, but you can see multiple members of the Falcons having to contend with too many different teams. That's going to be Salute. It's just a firing range at the Falcons right now.
Oh, that was a headshot with a Dragunov from range by Salute. Poor Shrimzy there, nothing he can do. That's just a nice shot. Tiggleton now going to turn his attention over towards 17 where they were. See if he can maybe squeeze out some more points, but they're already dead. So he's looking into nothing. As, yeah, Falcons are going to go down pretty quickly here, most likely. If one player left, just Tiggleton on the bad side of the circle. GSW going to crumble as well. We're down to our final 4. 4 for the Expendables, 4 for the Freaks, 3 for VP.
This is big, though. Kills-wise, you can see that VP now on top, 47 points. And only more opportunities ahead of them. Behind that, of course, Falcons, who've just been ringing out this lobby, sitting on 14. The Expendables back behind at 7. Big game for them, continuing their climb, now getting into the middle pack position. But the Freaks finally coming alive, finding 6 kills. They've got a great position in the circle to boot.
Yeah, this is their game now, you would think. I mean, who knows with the Expendables in there. Tiggleton will eventually succumb to the blue. But there is opportunity now for the Freaks, for the Expendables, maybe even VP. I mean, one way or another, VP's ended up on top today.
This is a very complex section. We see the circle every once in a while, and it is always really, really cool. So, VP, they've got this dip cresting along the hillside itself. It's very hard to be assaulted just due to how open it is. That's why Corixi's holding down one side. The other members of VP nervous about a southern wrap because TE, while they do have some safety for the time being, they're the odd team out in the circle. They only have just like a lip right on the other side of that road to play, and they don't want to be trapped over there, so they're trying to see where they can go. But remember, they've been in compounds for a while. They did also set up a good defense a little while ago, so they should have some loot to work with. Yep, you can see they still have some smokes. They still have some frag grenades. It's going to be Freaks. Yes, they have the strong compound to play from, but it's going to be very hard to gather information in the circle.
Exactly.
Because they're up on the pinnacle of everything, and there's so many moving factors in the lower ground.
And this compound's actually kind of a bit of a bowl.
Yeah,
so it makes it a little tricky in a way. VP actually has access to the eastern side of DNF's compound if they're not careful about it. I've seen teams crumble in DNF's position because the team that's in Virtus Pro's position gets close enough, uses smokes offensively to cut off the vision from those buildings, and then is able to make a good assault. But they might get beat to the punch here as grenade is out for Delwyn. Has another one back there, doesn't connect with the first. Beamy able to sidestep that well enough as VP just trying to wait this out. The Expendables, I mean, crossing this road, normally you would think crossing road pretty tricky. Actually, they have a little bit of access and they pre-fired. Exactly.
Do they go for it, though? It feels like a trap. And you can see they're like, okay, there's cover there. But if they do, they're walking into a potential crossfire. Everybody right now is just trying to get any idea on what's going on. Sure, the Freaks and VP both know that the Expendables are not going to be comfortable in position, but they're not really too comfortable either because they don't know is the other team that they're lined up against on the side of the road jockeying up, getting ready to make their own pounce. Are they getting ready to go for it? See, the Expendables playing it slow. They're going to use that lip for as long as they've got it. As now we are in phase number 9. Center dot. Yeah, okay, we've got VP and Freaks pretty close to it, but slowly creeping up closer and closer, using those Doritos. They decide that they've just got to do it. Can they find the angles on this? Because they're in a no man's land. There is no cover except for what they have brought.
Clories has a Panzer in the back pocket. The Expendables here could be kings because they're up on a little bit of a hill, and they've done a good job of getting some cover in front of them initially. Delwyn going to use that last frag grenade, try to see if he can get lucky on the VP. Only does a little bit of damage, but here comes some more. Oh, they're just coming up short. VP able to tuck back in, another grenade going through, catches some damage, but no knocks yet.
And it's so hard. That is such a big incline to really time out the nades on. So instead, Delwyn just runs down, but he gets spotted. Big crossfire, 2 different teams instantly drop him out. Vehicles being sent in. I don't trust it. Not with what's going on with C4s right now. Rolls into the middle. And yes, the Freaks manage to drop it right on top of the Expendables.
That's one of the best uses of C4 we've seen. That is absolutely stellar from the Freaks. Well thought out. Now they could take the fight right to VP. They've got control of the hillside. VP's pinned down. Here comes the util.
Beamy on the off angle has to make it happen, but he's lined up against Salute. He goes down. It's going to be Heaven that spots him. Quick flush coming out. Yeah, we've got VP close to the center dot, but they're just getting spotted out everywhere. Salute just boldly pushing back into the side that they were defending from. He goes down, but Human manages to take down Corexi. Freaks ringing in the kills right now. Nixie on top. He's not done yet. He wants more. Leans back around and does manage to put up a ton of damage. But it is going to be the Freaks that take the round.